Of course, you just saw the little drawing thing that I just did. But I've been trying to make this video and I couldn't think of a way. My mom, she gave me this article that my Nana printed out, and I thought I'd read it to you guys just to stress across the point of, how powerful friendship is. So I'll read it and then we'll talk about it, and yeah. So if you guys didn't pay attention to that, this is the story of a kid named Kyle. Okay. One day when I was a freshman in high school, I saw a kid from my class walking home from school. His name was Kyle. It looked like he was carrying all of his books. I thought to myself, why would anyone bring home all his books on Friday? He must really be a nerd. I had quite a weekend planned, parties and a football game with my friends tomorrow afternoon, so I shrugged my shoulders and went on. As I was walking, I saw a bunch of kids running towards him. They ran at him, knocking all his books out of his arms and tripping him so he landed in the dirt. His glasses went flying and I saw him land in the grass about 10 feet. I saw them land in the grass about 10 feet from him. He looked up and I saw this terrible sadness in his eyes. My heart went out to him, so I jogged over to him as he crawled under looking for his glasses. I saw a tear in his eye as I handed him his glasses. I said, "Those guys are jerks. They should really get lives." He looked at me and said, "Hey, thanks," and there was a big smile on his face. It was one of those smiles that showed real gratitude. I helped him pick up his books and I asked him where he lived. As it turned out, he lived near me, so I asked him why I had never seen him before. He said he had gone to a private school before now. I would have never hung out with a private school kid before, but we talked all the way home and I carried his books. He turned out to be a pretty cool kid. I asked him if he wanted to play football on Saturday with me and my friends, and he said yes. We hung out all weekend, and the more I got to know Kyle, the more I liked him. And my friends thought the same of him. Monday morning came, and there was Kyle with a huge stack of books again. I stopped him and said, flipping pages. I stopped and said, "You are really going to build some serious muscles with that pile of books every day." He laughed and handed me half the books. Over the next 4 years, Kyle and I became best friends. When we were seniors, we began thinking about college. Kyle decided on Georgetown and I was going to Duke. I knew that we would always be friends, that miles would never be a problem. He was going to be a doctor and I was going for business on a football scholarship. Kyle was a valedictorian of our class. I teased him all the time about being a nerd. He had to prepare a speech for graduation. Sorry, I'm dying. He had to prepare a speech for graduation. I was so glad it wasn't me having to get up there and speak. On graduation day, I saw Kyle. He looked great. He was one of those guys that really found himself during high school. He filled out and actually looked great in glasses. He had more dates than me. All the girls loved him. Boy, sometimes I was even jealous. Today was one of those days I could see that he was nervous about his speech. So I smacked him on the back and said, "Hey, big guy, you're gonna do great." He looked at me with one of those, the really grateful one, smile, and said thanks. As he started his speech, he cleared his throat and began. "Graduation is a time to thank those who helped you make it through those tough years. Your parents, your teachers, your siblings, maybe a coach. But most, your friends. I am here to tell all of you that being a friend to someone is the best gift you can give them. I'm going to tell you a story." I just looked at my friend in disbelief as he told the story of the first day we met. He had planned to kill himself over the weekend. He talked of how he had cleaned out his locker so his mom wouldn't have to do it later, and was carrying his stuff home. He looked hard at me and gave me a little smile. Thankfully, I was saved. My friend saved me from doing the unspeakable. I heard gasps throughout the crowd as this handsome, popular boy told us in his weakest moment. I saw his mom and dad looking at me and smiling the same grateful smile. Not until that moment did I realize its depth. Never underestimate the power of your actions. With one small gesture, you can change a person's life. I've been trying to find a way to make this video of how powerful saying hello and friendship can really be. And yeah, that might be the most extreme thing. But I mean, friends are really something that I think that everyone really should need. And it's just, that story was really interesting. It is a true story, by the way. It's just the fact that everyone needs to fit in no matter what group. They just need to fit into an area. And you don't know the impact that you're having. You might say, oh my god, that's so extreme. In other cases, it's like maybe they just don't have friends and maybe they wouldn't end up doing that. But the point is that you don't know that. You can ask them a million times and they could never tell you. But the biggest thing here is that everybody needs at least one friend, and that you don't know what that person's going through. So maybe saying hello to them once a day and helping them if they get knocked down is a good thing. The power of friendship is extremely strong, and it can help you get through a lot of stuff. I just wanted to say how important friendship is. There's nothing I can do to really say better than that. What that article said, that you don't understand how important your actions really are. Just, saying hello to that kid and inviting him to go play football, that child was planning to kill himself, and that's awesome. This article was written on February 22nd, 2014. There's a picture of the kid. So, yeah. Just makes you think for a second, like, you honestly don't know what anyone else is going through, and I just thought this story was a really good way to just explain how important this is. I'm completely, in awe from how well this was put together, and I don't think I can go anywhere than there, but, if someone is alone, you can't just expect them to always be there and think, oh, tomorrow I'll go up to them, the next day I'll go up to them. Well, they just got knocked down, but I'm scared of getting hurt. I don't know, there's a word to explain this, but I'm having a brain dead moment. Gandhi and Martin Luther King were examples of this, and they would have to take the bullet for other people to be able to benefit. See, now, it's like this. So, let's say that you're in a room and there's 3 other people, and one person who didn't do something is getting accused of it, and you did it. You have 2 choices. You can, this is a bad explanation for explaining how friendship works. Let's say one kid is getting beaten up. Are you gonna walk by and let whatever consequences happen to that child happen, or are you gonna help that child and benefit them? You really sometimes just have to throw yourself under the bus, and it sucks, but that's literally the key to being an amazing human being, and just understanding that, other people don't have that strength to do those things. Just throw yourself under the bus and you can help that person. I don't know how to really sum it up, how important friendship is. If you have a friend, I would go tell that friend that they're important to you, because even if you are their friend, you don't know what they're going through. Everybody's life is important, and not one life should be wasted because of this. Just go try to make as many friends as you can. Equally spend out time. Don't be afraid that you have to throw yourself under the bus sometimes. You will benefit yourself and that person. There's really no way to end this in saying that friendship is so important. This is my video that I've done this week because I have seriously been slacking and it's so bad. I'm sorry. That was Kyle's story. If you have any really cool friendship stories, I'd love to hear them. You guys are awesome, as always. Honestly. Restore faith in humanity. Throw yourself under the bus sometimes. Not literally, figuratively. Please do not throw yourself under a bus. There's no way to sum it up. Okay, I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Bye-bye.